Hey everyone, it's Ashley Cunningham here, and I'm really excited to be channeling Archangel Azrael for you today. I really resonate with Archangel Azrael because he is one of the angels that helps manage the Akashic records and protects the Akashic records. He also is the angel that starts our life clock and ends our life clock when we pass. And he basically is taking record and a part of that process of our life. So everything that we do gets recorded into our own personal Akashic records, and he's a part of that process. And I've always been fascinated with the Akashic records and past life experiences, and delving into how we can access the Akashic records to bring forward skills and knowledge and abilities that we had in previous life experiences. Well, previous, it's interesting because, you know, time is not a real thing. So when we say previous, we're really meaning other incarnations. Everything is happening in the same moment, but that's a longer story for another day. Anyway, Archangel Azrael is really, really interesting to me, and I also feel like in a past experience of mine, I've been something of like, I guess I would call it like a death doula. I feel like I've, in previous experiences, have helped people pass on peacefully and worked with Archangel Azrael as a human helping on this side of the veil, and helping people cross when they're ready to cross in a peaceful manner, and working with Archangel Azrael. So when I really heard about him, a lot of things came up for me, and I feel like that's definitely part of my one of my experiences in one of my other lifetimes. And he really resonates with me a lot, and especially because I'm also interested in the Akashic records in this lifetime. He definitely stood out to me when I was reading about him. And I also, and he's associated with like black crows or black birds in general, obsidian as a crystal, various different things, but I love obsidian. Like, I have a billion pieces of obsidian, and I love ravens and crows and birds in general. I really love birds. So yeah, there was many different reasons why I really resonate with Archangel Azrael, but I wanted to channel him for you because I feel like it's a good time to hear from him. And I have some questions that were posted under the event in the Channeling with Love group, the Facebook group, where I have events posted. This originally was going to be a live channeling, but my schedule just didn't allow for that to take place this time. So I'm doing a little pre-record here. If you guys have any other questions that maybe we don't get to in this channeling, or if you want to hear more from Archangel Azrael, please let me know in the comments below this video, and I will definitely try and schedule more time to connect with Archangel Azrael and get a deeper dive on some questions that people may have. What I would like to do, one quick thing before I get to bringing him in and sharing his message, I wanted to share an experience that I had this morning as I was driving home. I was kind of thinking about this channeling, and it was just so beautiful. I was driving along, and I just feel Archangel Azrael fill up my passenger seat, and he was just sitting there, and I just feel like my soul just like reached out my hand, and we were like holding hands, and it was just really beautiful. I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about it, but there's just so much love there, and I'm really excited to hear what he has to share with us. And it was just really beautiful experience, beautiful energy, and I'm so grateful that we get to meet him when we pass, or he is the archangel that helps us when we pass through the veil, when our time is up. And I think we're really lucky to be able to work with him. and he feels like an old friend, like someone I know that I've met many, many, many times. So I really resonate with him, and it's just beautiful energy, so peaceful. And he's coming in now that I'm talking about how I was feeling him, and how it was just the experience, and just really, really peaceful energy, like really gentle, warm, of course, lovely as an archangel, right? I feel like he has a really good sense of humor too. Like, he's just easy to laugh. I feel like he can just laugh and make people laugh and try and feel comfortable, because we're entering life, and that's kind of a traumatic experience, and he's there for that for each of us. And then we're exiting life, and that's another traumatic experience, or could be. I mean, it's not always. Definitely, there's times, where people are ready to move on, and that's beautiful. He's coming in. Thank you, dearest one. He's just like patting me on the head. Thank you, dearest one. As you say, I am there in the beginning and at the end of each life expression you choose to create, you choose to engage within, you choose to grow from. It is an honor to see each soul step forward here on earth to move forward on each journey that you claim. You claim this journey of yours. You own it. By the end, many are tired. Many are ready to rest. But it's always a celebration, in that in each passing lifetime, you have grown so much, loved, not knowing your choices, forgetting who you are as a soul being of love and light. When we're in this human form, we forget often. Not everyone does, most people do. You live your life, and then when you pass, you marvel. So many marvel at the amazing and beautiful and brilliant things that you've experienced and felt. And you are tired as well, and ready to take on another challenge very quickly. This is a joy to me and an honor. In this role of helping souls cross between the veil, going in or going out, I have seen much. And I recognize that it is often difficult to understand what is going on in the larger, grander scheme of things, so to speak. Within your own life, there are larger things at play for human consciousness, for Earth, There's so much at play. And each of you are an integral part of that plan, an integral part of the journey, of the expansion, of the anchoring of light within Gaia herself and within human consciousness. We all have a part to play. And it has increased and sped up over time in the cycles that partake here on Earth. And in this current moment, it may feel like it's getting out of control, or it's very heavy. He's just making me feel like really heavy. There's so much fear right now. And I want you to remember that fear does not control you. If you recognize that in yourself and you reject that as a guiding principle in your life, if you know that fear does not control you, that you control your choices and you control your emotions and you control your thoughts and your energy, if you know that and you claim it, there will be no fear. You have nothing to fear. Things are transitioning and shifting as we are increasing light here on Earth. There are many changes happening, and we are moving at a fast pace towards the 5D. There are many things that are dying. Thoughts, paradigms, ways of life that are dying away, and that is okay. Things need to transition, just as each of you have to transition in and out of the veil in order to grow in this specific learning environment here on Earth. And I am certain that this transition will be positive for each of you. It's just a matter of understanding, he's saying, of mastering your boundaries, understanding your emotions, understanding how fear plays a part in your life, recognizing when you have lower vibrational thoughts and handing those over, and claiming those high vibrational thoughts, bringing in abundance into your life. And knowing that as you are moving forward, things are going to become easier for you in your life. And this shall be. For many, even individuals who may not actively understand what is happening, there will be some who will be stuck in lower vibrational energy, but they are still ascending as more light and love and light energy anchors here on Earth. That will affect them. But as you choose it, as you choose to anchor more light within your body, as you choose higher vibrational thoughts, as you choose to make choices in your life that are good for you and healthy for you in your life, in your decisions, as you choose those things, because we do have free will here on Earth, you will increase. Your ascension process will become more rapid. You will be manifesting things at a faster pace. Things will just be easy and happen as they need to be. Just trust and know that you are supported by archangels, by Source, Love and Light, God Himself, herself, however you choose to look at that energy, by the many, many souls on the other side of the veil. They can hear you. If you want to talk to someone, just reach out. Just think about them, speak to them. Focus on high vibrational beings of love and light. Turn to those individuals that resonate with you, like ascended masters, Many ascended masters are available to you. Learn about them if you don't know who resonates with you. Ask us to come forward and introduce ourselves if you're interested in meeting us. All of you on earth have the ability to meet us and understand us and connect with us in a direct way. You are designed, your bodies are designed to connect and to feel energy and to feel our love for you. This body, human design, is not an accident. I'm asking him now if there's anything else that he'd like to share. He's saying you can call on me if you are interested in learning more about get more insight into our complete soul, yourself. In a human body, we only have so much space for but you will know in your mind. So he's saying, use your mind to your advantage. Your mind is an incredible instrument, but left to its own devices, it can manifest things in your life. If you know you're holding on to those low vibrational thoughts, it can manifest low vibrational things in your life. And our reality, each of our realities, is a reflection of our thoughts and feelings that we've channeled into worries or stresses or fears that kind of dictate where we're at. Or the lessons, there's often lessons as well, challenges that were presented that we need to overcome and learn from in order to move forward. He's saying, let us take questions now. Okay, so Ursula is asking, this seems to be a time of waiting and watching. It seems like there's a doorway or gateway about to open and even major changes just around the corner. Does Archangel Azrael have anything to say about that? Saying, yes, dear one, you are correct. It's a time of transition. There are many transitions happening on the planet. More light is being anchored. There are things being released and transmuted. There are shifts happening that are just taking place at an increased speed, faster than it used to. And he's giving an example of our political system and also in the United States. He's focusing on the US. Just our political system in the United States, there are so many changes that are happening. People are being, and he's saying, awakened to certain issues that they're called to solve or champion for, as well as stand up for on both sides, on the Democratic side as well as the Republican side. He's saying this is not a commentary on how that is going. He's just saying there are many shifts happening. And he's saying, do not worry about how this will resolve, how this will move forward. There are many angels, many beings, ascended masters, beings that are working on this particular subject. So on politics, working with the people in politics, people and how they handle politics within their daily life. There is much energy around this, around these certain key players, around whole generations who are thinking in a certain way, who have had influences and life experiences that have colored their choices, and it was meant to do so. So there are things in the works. And also he's saying energetically we are shifting and transitioning into just a new age, a new time, higher vibrational frequency all around. And we're not there yet, but we're in the middle of shifting. And so it may, you sang, Ursula, that waiting and watching, like there's a doorway or a gateway that's about to open. Like all of that is it's due to the energy that's, we're bringing forth this new energy. And he's saying, and right now we're kind of not in a holding pattern, because we're not waiting, for anything. Like things are happening and they're moving forward, but it's just we haven't fully let go of the previous energies and the previous things that have taken place, and we haven't fully shifted yet. So we're kind of in that transition period, and that's where you're feeling that waiting and the gateway to be opened and all that kind of energy. And he's saying this is natural. Continue to hand over your fears to your team, to him if you wish, if you resonate with him, to Archangel Michael, to anyone that you wish to hand over your fears to be transmuted. Make your choices every day to live in love, because there's all thoughts are either of love or of fear. And so you can monitor your thoughts. Are they of love? So are they high vibrational, or are they low vibrational, rooted in fear? So you can choose love every day, and that will move you forward on your path. And maybe he's saying it will alleviate some of that waiting feeling as you're moving forward and you're working on yourself. And as things move forward, you'll be more ready. You'll be there. You'll be with everything else. So great question, Ursula. Thank you so much. And I hope that resonated with you and helps you out. Michelle is saying, or is asking, she says, my 19-year-old son passed away 7 years ago. I'm really sorry to hear about that, Michelle. And she's asking, does he have any guidance for me on this? Michelle, Archangel Azrael sending you a lot of love and light, and I just feel a lot of warm, just like a really big hug. He's sending you a really, really big hug. So if you feel that energy, that's him saying hi. He's also saying the death of a loved one is difficult, but the death of a child is a very great it's a great lesson. It's not great as in it's awesome. It's great as in it's monumentous. It's a large. It's a big lesson to move through and to grow through. And he's saying, do not doubt. I was there for him in his transition time. And he's moved on. He's doing other things now. And he's saying you will see him again. You can connect with him if you wish. And I'm sure you do, Michelle. I mean, he was your baby. And I'm just feeling a ton of love, Michelle. And know that this was a lesson. Something that you have experienced and you have grown through. You have moved through. However, it was a difficult lesson, and there's still things to learn through that lesson. But saying it's an amazing opportunity for you to grow in love an expansion with your soul. And he's saying to think on that, to think on how it's a lesson and what did you learn through that experience and through that that time in your life. There's a lot of lessons there, a lot of things you can glean from that. But know that he's saying you've done beautifully. It's been important for you and in your soul expansion, in your growth, and of course incredibly difficult. But know that you're surrounded by love, and your team and your son visits you often. You can reach out to him often, as he just said a minute ago. And he's just saying that he was there for him at the beginning and at his new beginning. He's saying in that time of transition, it's not always, he doesn't see it as an end, like an end to that life. It's more of a beginning again in the new space across the veil. It's a beginning again. So he's seeing as a renewal to move forward. He learned a lot of lessons in his life, and it was a good life. And again, he's just sending you a lot of love and light. And I'm sending you a lot of love and light, Michelle. Thank you so much for asking that question. And yeah, I'm sending you a big hug. I hope that resonates for you. Tanya is asking Archangel Azrael for any guidance for clearing and cleaning my channels to allow my next step of hearing or seeing guidance from my team. Any steps that I'm doing to allow this smooth journey. He's saying, Tanya, it's great that you're asking. Ask your team to help clear and open your channels. But recognize too that the opening of your channel, so like your clear senses, the opening of your senses does take time. They do it slowly because, well, some people it's just like bam, it's right there. So sometimes it's slowly, sometimes it's not. But for most people, it takes time to get acclimated to the senses being open. And so keep practicing, practice. Journal, ask questions, ask for signs, look for signs. You know, once you ask those questions, and he's saying, once you ask the questions, quiet your mind and allow for a response. He's underscoring that, like I saw him write it on a piece of paper and like underline it. So make sure you're allowing for their response within you. So in your mind, in your body, ask them to come in. And I know you understand, like come in and bring in more energy so you can really feel them in your body. But you have to quiet your mind so you can focus on your body. Or ask, quiet your mind and ask for them to come in and put information into your mind. Try some different exercises, he's saying, to ask your team to communicate with you in different ways so you can really see the difference between the different ways that they're communicating. Like you need to really feel it and understand those differences. So that way you're more confident as you move forward in your channeling and as you're opening up and as you're asking those questions and seeking that guidance. Because sometimes we just kind of like ask the questions and we're like, we don't see a sign, there's no sign here. I don't see a sign. But like an idea pops into your head, that's kind of related to your question or directly related to your question, or something pops into your mind that you forgot about that brings in more information or points you in the direction that you need to go in to go find more answers or to receive more guidance from your team. So sometimes it's not as direct as like, here's a yellow butterfly popping up in your room like randomly, or like flashes, or sometimes it's not, in your face. Sometimes it's more subtle. Sometimes it's just a feeling. So try, he's recommending that you make sure you take time to receive the response. So ask your questions, ask for that opening, but allow yourself some quiet time to really get settled into your body and your mind to really bring forth those answers, and as well as practicing different styles of communication, so you can really sense the difference between all the different styles. So there's clairsentience, which is like feeling, claircognizance, which is knowing, clairaudience, the hearing, clairvoyance, the seeing. There's a few others, but those are the main ones. And really sensing them. And also he's showing me numbers. So pay attention to any angel numbers that are popping up, or numbers that you just are consistently seeing all the time. Pay attention to that, because that can also provide you guidance in response to your questions. So I hope that resonates with you, Tanya. Let me know if you need any clarifying information around that. Yeah, just let me know if you have any more questions on that. There's a lot to go into there. We're actually doing the, I don't know if you've signed up for the Mediumship for Beginners course. It starts March 15th. If anyone else is interested, it's starting March 15th. You can register at KristenDaviesMedium.com, because Kristen Davies is going to be leading it, but I'm going to be helping teach it, as well as Gloria Rice, who's also a medium. She's going to be really involved in teaching, and we're all going to be doing practice with the students and sharing a lot of our processes. And we're going to be starting with oracle cards, and then working our way up to sensing energy and just asking yes/no questions, to then asking more full questions for various means of guidance. So not just yes/no, but getting full answers, and doing a lot of practice. These classes are super awesome, because it's just always amazing to me that there's always like tons of people around the world involved in these classes. So no matter where you're at, you will always have someone to practice with, which is really great, or at least someone who's like able to flex time to meet with you. So I, at the end of those classes, started my business, and I've been on the ground working with a lot of amazing people. So definitely, and even if you're not interested in doing it as a business, just being able to connect for yourself and live a guided life is brilliant. It's priceless. You cannot put a price on the way it will affect your emotions, affect your outlook in life, knowing that you're always supported and loved, and always have a team of like archangels and ascended masters and your own angels and guardian angels with you. Like, it's very liberating, and it's really amazing. So even if you don't want to do it as a business, just if you're interested at all, I highly check it out. So Tanya, if you have not signed up, that's okay. But if you have, that's extra awesome, because all of those questions that you just had will definitely be addressed as well in that course. And we're going to do like hands-on stuff, so you'll get lots of practice. Holly, any advice for me from Archangel Azrael? Holly, he's saying, think with your heart more than your head. Of course, in your daily life. You have to use your mind, you have to navigate the 3D world. But when you are seeking guidance, when you just in like your rest space, just when you're on your own, you're doing your thing, you're asking questions, you're just, jamming through your day. He's saying, rest in your heart, be in your heart space, lead with your heart. Let your mind be quiet. Get out of your mind. So you're in your mind a lot. And so moving to your heart, which does take some practice, but you just need to go with your heart, go with your feelings, your gut instinct. That's all in your heart. Well, your gut's your gut, but it all connects. He's just kind of laughing. But he means, live from your heart. Make decisions with your heart. And your mind, will be there to support it. There's going to be things that, our mind is really powerful, but staying in your mind all the time is not connecting fully with your own soul spirit, as well as with spirit in general. So, and I know you want to be more connected for sure. And this is how you can do so. So I hope that resonates with you, Holly. Let me know if you have any questions at all. You can always reach out to me. Judy, can Archangel Azrael give me any general guidance for this coming year? Whew, Judy, I'm feeling from him like an increased pace, like things are shifting for you quite quickly. Or it may feel very chaotic. And he's saying, be the eye of your own storm. So, in like, he's showing me a hurricane, and, in the middle of a hurricane, there's that eye, and it's always like peaceful and quiet and calm and sunny. Well, not always. I'm sure there's other examples where it's like overcast, but it's very quiet and peaceful in that space, even though there's so much going around it, so much is happening. He's saying, be the eye of your own storm. Direct the energy and calm the storm as you so choose, as you see fit. There's going to be a lot of changes for you, but he wants you to remember that you always have the choice. You always have the choice in which direction things go, how it affects you, whether you get caught up in that storm or you're staying in the center, and you're centered and you're grounded and you're calm and peaceful. So you always have that option. And he's just dusting his hands off. Okay. So I hope that resonates for you, Judy. I feel like that resonates for me personally. And I feel like that's going to be a message for a lot of people. As things change this year, things are happening. I think we all have to remember, be the eye of your own storm. Calm it. You get to choose how it goes. We all have choice. That's the key. Lori is asking, does Archangel Azrael have a message for me, and what is the best way we can work together? Thank you. He's just smiling, Lori, and he's just sending you a lot of love. He would love to work with you. Ooh, I just saw like something shoot over there. He would love to work with you. And he's saying, if you wish to call on me, please do so. And he's saying you can work with him to connect with and expand your knowledge on your own soul journey. And that's really, really useful in this present life expression that you're in. Or you can ask him for support in any way you so choose. And he just loves you very, very much. And he's dusting his hands off as well. So I hope that resonates, Lori. David, any guidance about my relationship with my father? How can I safely practice setting personal boundaries and staying emotionally calm? Thank you so much. He has a lot to say on this, David. He's saying, your lives have been tied together as your contracts have established. He is your father and you are his son. You have had specific experiences with him that both of you have signed on to participate in your life contract. But there are also choices that have been made within your life and his life that affect your relationship. The best thing you can do for your relationship with your father is to give love. Love your father. Send love to the situations. Send love to yourself. Self-care, self-love, healing is really important. And allow him to be as he so chooses to be. As you are allowed to be how you choose to be. If you choose not to engage in or allow him to engage in your life, that is your choice. If you choose to limit that engagement, that is your choice. You can love him, but you do not have to allow him to impact you and the choices that you're making in your life in any negative way. He's there to help with lessons, and you're there to help him as well in your way as a son figure to him. But you must do what is best for you, and remaining emotionally calm, mentally calm. If you have emotions, you should feel them. But recognize that you are feeling those emotions that you have and allowing them to be, but not staying in that space, not wallowing in it, not holding on to it. Allow yourself to have those emotions, recognize what it's teaching you, and look to how can you move forward in your path and in your relationship with your father. He's saying personal boundaries are really important, and you need to assess what will make you feel comfortable and more stable in your life and in the relationship that you have with your father. Is there an overstepping happening? Is he mistreating your ties to him? You have to identify what it is that you don't want, basically, and then shift that. Once you've seen that, okay, I don't like how he's talking to me, shift to, okay, I want to be talked to in this manner, and let him know that. I wish to be talked to with respect and with kindness, and right now I'm not really feeling that. So when we're ready to have a conversation framed in respect and kindness, or when we're ready to move forward in a space of love, he can choose to move forward into that space. And if he doesn't, that's his choice, but you can continue to make your choices. I'm feeling more on the personal boundaries element. He's saying understanding how your energy is affected, so your emotions, your energy, how you are affected, how your thoughts are affected by this relationship will be really important for you to move forward. Because once you understand them and you're like, oh, okay, like when I talk to my dad, like I totally get down in the dumps, like I just feel horrible. Well, why is that? It's because we don't see eye to eye, or there's a fight going on. There's some reason, So looking at it, understanding, okay, this is what it is. Now you can choose after that to move forward in a different direction. So really recognizing you have the choice. He's going back to choice on that. And how to stay calm, as he's saying, as he said before to Lori and to Tanya And Judy, there's lots of other things to do, which is, or lots of ways you can do that, which predominantly is keeping your mind focused on high vibrational thoughts of love versus, low vibrational thoughts of fear. And how can you, quiet your mind? And I know, David, what's interesting with you is I always know that you do EFT tapping. So using that as a tool to bring yourself back into your body, kind of get out of your mind a little bit, is going to be really helpful. And that's just from me. That's a little tidbit. Because I know you do like EFT. So thinking about that, using the tools that you have, you're very knowledgeable, and he's saying you got this. There are many things that you can do, but always do them in love, and you will learn the lessons you need to learn and move forward in. Okay, I think that was the last question that I'm going to take. Thank you guys so much for all of your lovely questions, and I'm so honored to be able to channel Archangel Azrael, and it's just been really beautiful, and I can't wait to connect with him more just in my personal life, and I'd love to hear if you guys reach out to him as well. This is just really fun, and thank you all so much for your time and attention, and let me know if you want to hear more from him. Thanks, guys. Bye.